It was a cold evening inside the luxurious marble-floored mansion of Arman Shah, a self-made millionaire known for his power, wealth, and discipline, but also for his one soft spot in life, his only daughter Aisha, the child he had raised alone for years after losing his first wife in a tragic accident, and though he had remarried later to give his daughter a sense of family, fate had dealt him a bitter hand because his second wife, Samira, though beautiful and elegant in the eyes of society, carried within her a heart of stone, filled with envy toward the young girl who reminded Arman of his late wife, and this envy had slowly turned into cruelty behind closed doors. Aisha, just 16, innocent, soft-spoken, and pure, often bore the weight of Samira's silent anger and manipulative games, though she never revealed the pain to her father, fearing it would shatter his peace, and so she kept her tears locked away, finding comfort only in her school books and the memories of her late mother's lullabies. But destiny had a way of exposing truth when injustice crossed limits, and that day, when Arman returned home earlier than usual, tired after a long business meeting, he entered the mansion quietly, loosening his tie and hoping to surprise his daughter with a gift he had bought her, a delicate silver bracelet, not knowing that his world was about to turn upside down, because as he walked down the hallway, he heard muffled cries echoing faintly from the grand living room, and his sharp instincts made him pause, his brow furrowing as he recognized the trembling voice of Aisha, pleading softly for mercy, her words broken and choked, "Please. Please, don't make me do this." And then came the harsh, cold tone of Samira, "You will kneel before me and learn your place, you insignificant girl, you think your father's wealth makes you better than me. Kneel now or I'll make sure you regret it." And Arman's heart froze as he realized what was happening, his fists tightening as a storm of emotions rushed through him, rage burning like fire in his veins, yet he moved silently closer, peering from behind the golden-framed door just in time to witness the shocking sight that would be etched in his mind forever. His daughter on the brink of being forced down to her knees by the very woman he had trusted with his home, Samira standing over her with venomous eyes, one hand raised to shove the girl down, her lips curled in cruel satisfaction, and Aisha clutching her mother's old scarf close to her chest, trembling, tears streaming down her cheeks, whispering prayers under her breath, and in that instant, Arman's soul cracked, his protective fatherly instinct roaring louder than any boardroom argument he had ever fought, his breathing heavy as he stepped forward with a voice so thunderous it shook the marble walls. "Stop right there, Samira," and the room froze. Samira's hand halted midair, her face turning pale as she whipped around to see her husband standing like a storm, eyes blazing with fury, veins bulging on his forehead, his usually calm aura now radiating raw power, and Aisha gasped, relief washing over her as she cried, "Papa," before running into his arms, burying her face into his chest, and Arman held her tight, shielding her trembling body with his own as he glared at Samira, his voice sharp as steel, "How dare you touch my daughter? How dare you try to break her spirit?" And Samira stammered, trying to maintain her composure, "Arman, you don't understand. She was being disrespectful. I was only teaching her discipline." But Arman's laugh was bitter, dark, the laugh of a man betrayed. "Discipline? You call this cruelty discipline? You think I'm blind to your jealousy, your hatred for an innocent child? Enough, Samira, I've overlooked your arrogance for far too long, but to lay a hand on my daughter, to force her to kneel? Never." The tension thickened as Samira's face twisted with desperation, realizing her mask of elegance was slipping, and she tried to manipulate once again, crocodile tears filling her eyes. "Arman, please, you're mistaken. I only want her to respect me. I love her like my own." But Aisha, through her sobs, finally found courage in her father's presence, whispering the truth, "Papa, she always hurts me when you're not home. She says I don't deserve to be here. She makes me clean the floors. She takes Mama's things and threatens to throw them away. And today she wanted me to kneel to her." And Arman's chest tightened, his eyes moistening as guilt washed over him for not seeing the signs earlier, his hand stroking Aisha's hair gently, promising softly, "Not anymore, Mary Beatty, not anymore," before lifting his gaze back at Samira, his voice cold as ice, "You will never again raise a hand or a word against her. Do you hear me? From this moment, your reign in this house is over." And the silence that followed was deafening, the empire of lies Samira had built crumbling as Arman's truth cut through, his power not of money but of love for his child, and as Aisha clung to him, viewers could almost feel the shift of destiny, the moment when a father's love shattered cruelty, and though this was just the beginning, the war inside the mansion had ignited, one that would lead to shocking revelations, sacrifices, and a decision from Arman that would leave everyone speechless. And if you want to know how this storm unfolds, the battles of love versus betrayal, and the final move of a father who would risk everything for his daughter, then don't miss the next chapter of this emotional journey, and make sure you subscribe to the channel right now, because what comes next will leave you in tears and awe.